Hey everybody, this is Dion Evans again for another quick episode of Reality Bytes. Had to leave my desk, so I figured I'd walk around the building real quick just so I can encourage you all. I wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes just about faith. I think that when we talk about faith, we often do God a grave, huge, monstrous, mega disservice when we talk about our faith, because the faith that we often exercise, what we often talk about when we talk about having faith in God or faith in general, we talk about it in terms of putting our heads in the sand. We talk about it as if it's something stagnant and diluted. We talk about faith as if it is a denial type of thing. If you ever tell somebody that you're going through something, that you're experiencing a hard time or a hardship, or that someone is sick, or that someone is dying of cancer, or whatever it is, we always talk about faith in terms of denying that what we've just been told has ever happened. We talk about our faith as if our faith is a complete denial, and putting our head in the sand. We can look at our world and our surrounding times. This is an interesting time we live in now, just on so many different fronts, whether you talk about national security, our presidential race, social injustices, anything that you look at in this world is a jacked up place. And I think a lot of times when we talk about our faith, we talk about it in terms of saying, oh, the world's not jacked up, because we look at it through a rose-colored lens. But I would encourage you this morning, I would redirect you this morning, that in regards to our faith, God desires, God demands, God requires. Check out that sunlight in the back. That means God is saying yes to what I'm telling you. God is requiring that our faith be more active, our faith be more proactive. Watch this. I heard this said some years ago that me being full of faith, when I get sick and have a cough, it doesn't say that I'm not sick, but my faith looks at my cough and said, God is a healer. So the faith that I had did not deny my sickness. The faith that I had did not deny my physical malady, but the faith that I had overcame that physical malady. I think that we kind of sugarcoat our faith, and we don't let our faith be strong and active and powerful. We don't let our faith spread its wings. We don't let our faith get out and stretch its legs. We kind of keep our faith in a box and make our faith a lie. Because if I can deny, listen, here's the thing. When God looks at our world, when God looks down from his throne in heaven and says, and looks at the United States of America, looks at the Middle East, looks at Israel, looks at Prague, at Belarus, at all the places around the world, in China, Asia, in Brazil, in Cuba, in Botswana, everywhere. When God looks at our world, God says to himself, man, this is a jacked up mess. Listen, God is a realist. God knows what's happening. And God can look at the world and say, this is a mess, but I have the antidote. I have the fix for this. I have the balm. I have the healing. And the faith that God wants us to have is a faith that combats a jacked up world, a faith that combats injustice, a faith that overcomes what we see, a faith that comes up against something. If your faith doesn't push up against something, sometimes I would argue with you that maybe you're not using the right kind of faith. Do you know what keeps airplanes in flight? Do you know what keeps the difference between an airplane in flight and a space shuttle in flight? Is that an airplane flies because it has constant tension from the air that causes it to stay in the sky. If engines go out on your space shuttle in space, you'll float because there's no air pushing against you. But when air pushes against you, it causes you to fly. So you have to have something pushing against your faith to make it viable. Listen, hope that encourages somebody today. I love you guys so much. Talk to you soon. Peace.